Hello there, welcome to yet another edition of the Lagos Transportation Agenda. As you know, this is the show in which we engage knowledgeable and influential stakeholders in the dynamic world of transportation as we highlight the events, analyze trends and issues in this very important subsector of the nation's and the global economy. My name is Austin Ian. Since it began its operations in 2016, the Lagos Computerized Vehicle Inspection Service, LACVIS, has introduced innovative vehicle inspection techniques as part of its mandate to partner with government agencies such as the Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Service, or VIS, in order to reduce fatalities and accidents on our roads and make driving a safe and secure enterprise on the roads of Lagos State. How well has it carried out its mandate? What have been the successes and the challenges in the almost 1 decade of operations of LACVIS? To discuss these and related issues, I have with me on the show today the Chief Operating Officer, COO of LACVIS, in the person of Engineer Edward Larbi. What a privilege to have you on the show today.
Thank you very much. It's nice having me on the show. Thank you once again.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Engineer Larbi and I will be discussing the successes, the challenges, and the projections of LACVIS as it heads into its first decade anniversary of operation in Lagos State, when the Lagos Transportation Agenda returns at this time out. Please don't go away. Welcome back. It's the Lagos Transportation Agenda, and on the show with me today is the Chief Operating Officer, COO of LACVIS, the Lagos Computerized Vehicle Inspection Service, in the person of Engineer Edward Larbi. Let me start by asking, Engineer, can you give us an overview of the mandate of LACVIS and how it has been carrying out its operations?
Okay. Thank you very much, and once again, good to be on your show. When we say LACVIS, we say safer roads and sustainable environments.
Yeah.
So that's our slogan. The reason for being around is for us to have a safer roads and also ensuring that our environment is also good and conducive. So we definitely dive into the technical issues. But our core mandate given to us by the state government was to ensure that all vehicles acquiring new certificate are inspected before the certificate is issued. This is a global normal process for acquiring your roadworthiness certificate. So Lagos have also, with the trend and then with the improvement of life and bringing technology into our lives to ensure that the people are safe, also keeping statistical records, analysis of motor transport sector. We were also given the mandate to ensure that any vehicle that you renew your documents prior to the issuance of the certificate we need to inspect your car
Yeah.
with the state-of-art equipment to ensure that the car is in good condition before the certificate is issued to you. So presently, we've had cases of our operations, but presently where we are now, those that get certificate are those that after the inspection, the system tells you that your car has passed the test before the certificate will be issued to you. If you fail, what warranted the failure will be highlighted to you on the report. The system generates an inspection report for you. So we outline the issue that made your car to fail. Then you have some period which you are required to fix or put those things in good condition. And then we visit the center, or we call it retesting, so that we can ascertain that whatever that was attended to by a mechanic is good and is a standard before the pass report can be issued to you. So that has been how we started and then where we are today with our operational activities as far as the state is concerned.
Okay, you talk about using innovative vehicle inspection techniques and cutting-edge technology.
Exactly.
Now, people hear about LACVIS. You know, the VIS in LACVIS is synonymous with the Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Service. So people tend to be confused. Are we not duplicating duties here? What's the difference between LACVIS and VIS?
No, there is no duplication of duties here. Vehicle Inspection Service is the agency representing the Lagos State government as far as motor vehicle administration is concerned. LACVIS is a technical partner for VIS. So upon inspection, so if you visit any of our facilities within the state, you realize that we work hand in hand with the Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Service. Yeah, so once inspection is conducted and is completed, the resident officer that issues the roadworthiness certificate to the motorists out there. So there is no confusion as far as our mandates are concerned. We are working hand in hand. We are technical partners for vehicle inspection. So all VIS facilities, all LACVIS facilities, wherever you find us, our operational centers, definitely you also see a vehicle inspection officer.
Yeah, I see. So you have a very robust synergy between yourself and...
In fact, between us, we said we are the wife, they are the husband. So
I see. All right. So one of your, let me say, catchphrases, if you like, is roadworthiness, roadworthy vehicles. Let me just, before I ask my question, let me just talk, on a lighter note. There's this skit I watched where a VIS officer was telling a motorist, your vehicle is not roadworthy. And the man answered, the motorist asked, is your road car-worthy? Sorry, your car is not roadworthy. And the man said, your road car-worthy. You know, that leads me to the question.
What he's trying to say that the roads are not in good condition.
So why do you want my vehicle to be good condition when the roads are not in good condition? Now, my point here is, we talked about synergy now between you and VIS. What about, is there any synergy between LACVIS and VIS on the one hand with other agencies, especially those involved in road maintenance, infrastructure?
Okay, yes, LACVIS have a lot of collaborations with other agencies. For issue of enforcement, I wouldn't want to, because that's the core mandate of the vehicle inspection service. But for instance, we have partnership with LACVIS on environmental protection issues. So on emission regulations, emission standardization and stuff, we also have a partnership with LACVIS. This also goes down to most of the agencies as far as wherever our technical expertise is required. We partner, we collaborate with most of the agencies within the state to also ensure those things are met as well.
You just mentioned the emissions test as part of your trying to make sure the environmental issues are also attended to. And you want to make sure that vehicles do not exceed the emissions level, if you like. What exactly is the limit? Is it emission limit, you know, and how do you ensure that vehicles do not exceed it?
Okay, for as part of the inspection process, let me quickly highlight or
Okay.
maybe educate the good people of negotiations. The inspection covers the mechanical components, your steering,
Okay.
your suspension, then your braking system, your lighting system, then the emission, then the general underneath, or the call it the structure of the vehicle. So these are the areas the inspection covers. So emission is also part of the entire process. But presently we are also the LACVIS, VIS, and then LACVIS is working on these emission parameters, which to constitute what we say you are over polluting the environment, or you are emitting bad gases, and that will require whether you have to overhaul your engine, you need to change some component on your car to meet up with this regulation. Globally, we know for instance, in America, in Europe, they have the emission standard set out there.
Yes.
For instance, presently in Europe, they say we have the latest emission standard called Euro 6. So we also have to move along, not to perhaps constitute or establish same here, because we know we have to take it from somewhere to get to where we
exactly
are. So we are definitely also working with these agencies to advise motorists on the best way to maintain their vehicle in order to achieve some of these results. So it's not just to fail vehicle on emission, but the question is how best can you maintain your car to put them in good condition. So that's where we are taking it.
All right. So when we come back on the show, I'm going to put you to task on your organization's engagement with the good people of Lagos State, not just government agencies, but the people whose vehicles you are inspecting.
Thank you.
And that will be the thrust of our discussion when the Lagos Transportation Agenda returns after this timeout. Please stay with us.
Welcome on board the newly retrofitted light ferry, where innovation meets comfort on water. As you step onto our state-of-the-art vessel, you'll notice the modern design and enhanced facilities that prioritize your safety and enjoyment. Our retrofitting process has not only upgraded the aesthetics, but also improved the performances of the boat, ensuring a smoother and faster journey across the beautiful Lagos waterways. Feel free to explore the spacious seating areas equipped with comfortable amenities such as life jackets for all passengers, a first aid box, fire extinguisher, all for a relaxing ride. Our knowledgeable crew is here to assist you, making your journey as enjoyable as possible. Join us as we set sail towards a more efficient and eco-friendly future, embracing technology while celebrating the vibrant culture of Lagos. Thank you for choosing Light Ferry, where every ride is a memorable adventure.
Just joining, this is the Lagos Transportation Agenda. I've been discussing with the Chief Operating Officer of LACVIS, the Lagos Computerized Vehicle Inspection Service, in the person of Engineer Edward Larbi, on the operations of LACVIS and its mandate generally. Engineer Larbi, as I said before the introduction, we're going to be talking about your engagement. So Engineer Larbi, you have over 30 centers across Lagos State.
Yes.
How accessible are they to the people you are, working with, the public generally?
Okay. How we even started with our expansion program. VIS already have existing zones which were given the mandate to further develop to establish the inspection centers. So most of the locations are already accessible to motorists, especially if they are familiar with renewing their documents by themselves. And then locations where we have to also acquire newly to also put a zone there. Also, it's part of the requirements. You said it has to be free from traffic impact assessment. It has to pass traffic impact assessment test. Activities should not obstruct motorways and maybe moving from one point to the other. So before we set up any center, all these factors are considered before establishing a center. But then, in addition to the number of centers, yes, over 30 inspection centers. In addition to that, most of the time, what counts for us is the number of inspection lanes. So the number of lanes is more than the number of centers, because there are some locations we have multiple testing lanes. So that gives us the capacity to do more vehicles on a daily basis. Of course, we have the vision to ensure that each local government also have an inspection facility to make it more accessible, closer to the people. We don't need to drive the long distance to go testing.
Wonderful. Now, I note that one of your, your range of inspection techniques, services, is what you call the volunteer inspection.
Voluntary inspection.
I know the kind of society we live in. A lot of people do not willingly obey law to the point where they want to volunteer and come and do voluntary. What does that entail?
How we even got to this point, when we started around 2016, nobody was mandated to present their vehicle for inspection. But surprisingly, people were visiting our centers willingly on their own without any kind of enforcement. Till today, that we have a policy in Lagos State that no inspection, no roadworthiness. You need to test the motor before your car is being inspected. Right from time from 2016 to date, we still have people that have been complying till today without any enforcement. They saw the need for it. They saw the benefit. There have been cases online or social media platform where people are appreciating us that they kind of fixed their car. They didn't know that their brakes were not even working. That through the inspection process, they got to understand some of these technicalities. So on voluntary inspection, yes, it's ongoing. Recently, we have some corporate organizations that wanted to audit their fleet. And we have mobile stations that we drive them around upon request. We'll drive to your location, then our team will conduct the vehicle auditing, which is called the voluntary inspection for your fleet as well. So this is quite encouraging. People are taking that sense as well.
Is this for free?
Free, not even in
affordable.
But we don't charge much. It's just the movement of the equipment. We have to pay for the transportation, and then perhaps the logistics. Maybe logistics is okay. We can always negotiate that between the clients. That's so
okay.
It's a token.
A token, affordable. You just talked about how the whole voluntary compliance kind of reduces the need for enforcement. Let us assume that there is a need for enforcement. What form does your kind of enforcement take?
Please, negotiators, we are not on any road arresting anybody. We don't have the mandate to enforce any vehicle. The good thing is that with the use of technology today, people don't need to be chased everywhere. Even if you forgot to renew or inspect your car, with the message on your phone to remind you that your car is due for inspection, is due for you to renew your documents. So these are some of the means to draw people's attention that their vehicle requires this kind of service. So if you realize these days, for any VIS or VIO officer to stop you, they are sure that you have not renewed your document for maybe a year or so, and that will warrant them to stop you. That you have exhausted all the period for you to renew your document. So we are not chasing, we are not after anybody. We are rather communicating through the communication platform via emails, text messages, and to alert people that your car is due for its renewal.
Okay, so quick one. By next year, then will be like you've been in operations for a decade in Lagos State at least. What are your projections? Where do you see this whole ecosystem of vehicle inspection, compliance, and so forth in the next, say, 5 years, another 10 years?
The next step, as I stated earlier, presently we have to be very frank with ourselves. People do complain. We have a booking system for people to visit the inspection center. When you renew, you are given an inspection center, the date and time for you to go and then inspect. It has been a very big challenge for us because people are not able to meet up with that system, and creating long queues around some areas for these purpose. So our vision is to improve the service and expand more, so that even if you miss your date, definitely if you get to any location, you can quickly be attended to. Of course, in other aspects where we are collaborating with other agencies to ensure that we bring the best practices as far as the motor industry is concerned, we are also doing that, working behind the scene. So hopefully people will definitely see a more robust, more technology-driven vehicle administration system as far as Lagos State is concerned. At the click of a button or with your smartphone, you should be able to renew your document at ease and make payments seamless. Issue of payments now. The good thing is that Lagos State government is working behind the scene for one portal for people to make payment for all these, so that the inconveniences, the stress will drastically be reduced. So these are areas that we want to improve to make it more convenient for people to attend to the vehicle and documentation issues. Appreciation to our managing director, the person of Prince Dr. Shegun Obayendo, who is the managing director for Lagos Computerised Vehicle Inspection Service. His vision, as we have already highlighted, to expand our operational outlets and then make the entire process of vehicle renewal and documentation more seamless. Of course, not without the support of vehicle inspection service, and then the director engineer Fashola, and then all the deputy directors, zonal heads, area commanders. We appreciate their support. We appreciate the collaboration so far, and then we hope that over time the service of vehicle inspection in Lagos State will definitely be improved. Thank you.
Well said.
Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer.
Thank you so much. And nice
for
having
your
you
time.
on the program.
So that's been my discussion with the Chief Operating Officer of the Lagos Computerized Vehicle Inspection Service, LACVIS, in the person of Engineer Edward Larbi. Thank you for watching. I hope you join me this time next week on this very channel for yet another interesting discourse on the Lagos transportation agenda. Until then, this is your host, Austin Eyan, saying think safety always. Bye-bye. God bless.